everything we're asked to do, and we want to perform in a secure and protected space.
Okay. Max, Kyrie saying Kyrie things. Is he making any sense to you?
Oh, I hate to do it. I hate to do it because Kyrie came out and was basically sending a message. Hey, guys, I'm not coming with malice. Let's get along. I'm not trying to diss anybody or say anything. I'm just trying to do my job. Can we just get along? But I got to say it because you're asking me point blank. Is he making sense? Nope, he's not making sense. I'm not sure what he means. I don't know what idea he was trying to articulate. I understand he doesn't want distractions, but in fact, stonewalling the media creates more distractions. And then when he went off on this thing about artists and platforms safe and secure, let's break this down for a second. Before we even get to whether basketball players are artists, because I think you can absolutely make a case they are, that art is kind of like what they've achieved at a certain point. When he says safe and secure, is he talking about health? Is he talking about COVID? Is he talking about some physical danger? I didn't think so, but maybe because it was unclear what he said. As I frequently find when he speaks in public or releases these statements, I don't find it clear. So let's assume for a second that he's not talking about a safe and secure platform for an artist. Let's say he's talking about some other kind of safe and secure thing, like the way college sophomores might talk about PC safe spaces, right? Something like that. I mean, if that's the case, Kyrie, I got no problem with Kyrie considering himself an artist. If you watch him play, you know that's just, you know it when you see it. That guy is amazing to watch. And if you want to say he elevates basketball to art, I get it. I agree. But when artists put out self-expression, examples of their self-expression into the world, they express themselves here's what I got. That's open to interpretation, criticism, critique. It's not all just like positivity or whatever Kyrie thinks it's supposed to be about. There will be a lot of it about his play because it's sensational. Kyrie might be the best show in sports, but there's also going to be critique of it. And if that means that it's not a safe and secure platform for an artist, then we just disagree. But Stephen A., as is usually the case when Kyrie puts out a statement, I don't find it a clear statement with which I can definitively say that I disagree with this, because I'm not sure that's what he meant. If he's talking about being physically safe and secure because of COVID, Kyrie, I'm with you. If you're talking about this other thing, then if I'm understanding you correctly, I just disagree based on the content of your point.
I don't mean it the way that Kyrie would probably take it, but I hope he's listening when I say this. Somebody he respected and loved and idolized was Kobe Bryant. I don't think Kobe Bryant would be happy about some of the convoluted things that you just alluded to. And I only mean that respectfully towards Kyrie Irving in this sense. Whatever you have to say, be clear, as you said, Max. Not cryptic, not ambiguous or anything like that. Be clear. That's all I'm talking about when I talk about Kobe Bryant would be disappointed. Max Kellerman, you worked in L.A. We all know how I knew Kobe and the media knew Kobe. Kobe was one of the most articulate brothers, one of the most brilliant brothers you would ever find. And you could,
no doubt about it,
dispute what he was saying or whatever. Hold on. But what you could never dispute about Kobe Bryant is that you didn't understand what he was saying. He was very clear in his messages. We might not like what Kevin Durant says sometimes. He's very clear in his messages. We might debate about what LeBron James is saying from time to time. Russell Westbrook, they're very clear in what they're saying. The issue with Kyrie Irving is not only does he not appear to be clear, but also he's taking it to levels that it doesn't need to be taken. You wanted to make sure there were no distractions. What possible distraction did you expect on media day to start an NBA season? Obviously, people are there to talk to you about basketball. Now, there are things going on in the life of Kyrie Irving that transcend the sports. And I totally understand that. And because of that, there are things that are significantly more important to him than just basketball. We should appreciate and understand that, particularly with the year that we have had. Kyrie Irving is right about that. But the point is, when it comes to your job, that's the only reason the media was there. So when you say you don't want to talk, then somebody is looking at you like, well, you don't want to talk about basketball? Well, that happens to be your job. And you have a contractual obligation to talk about the sport. I don't believe he has a contractual obligation to talk about anything else. And whatever he wants to talk about is his business. And whatever he wants to do, so long as it's legal, is his business. And whatever he wants to be preoccupied with is his business. I support Kyrie Irving on that. All I'm saying is, when it comes to basketball, that's what you get paid an average of $35 million to play. That is your job. And the media is there to cover you as the basketball player. So if you look down on them, not saying he is or isn't, but if you're looking down on somebody because they want to talk to you about basketball, then essentially you're lamenting the job that you signed on to produce.
Right.
And that doesn't seem to make sense.
Look, the bottom line
is
is
somebody has to tell them that respectfully.
But the bottom line is Michelangelo, anyone, the greatest artists through history, if Kyrie wants to call himself an artist, again, I'm not pushing back against that. You watch Kyrie playing basketball.
He is an artist.
If he wants to say, I'm an artist, I'm with it, Kyrie. I agree with that. That's right. And you know what? When an artist creates work, it will be scrutinized, criticized, critiqued, analyzed. People will think it's beautiful, and they'll have a lot of good things to say about it, and they will also have things that you will consider not positive or negative. That is the nature of art. So Kyrie, it seems to me, is he needs to grow up with respect to this issue. He can't control everything. He can't control people's reactions. There's always going to be criticism, and his job right now is to win a championship. Again, like, the fact that he's trying to make nice is good. That's a step in the right direction. But I find what he says confusing at best and wrong-headed at worst.
Okay. All right. We're all on our own journey, but can we please never invoke Michelangelo and Kyrie in the same sentence as an artist? When we come back here on First Take, James Harden.